Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 5 of the LCUS. I am Kenos, joined today for our opening with Sig Tau Lord. How you doing, Sig?
I am fantastic. How are you today, Kenos?
Doing great. Happy to have you back in the booth, ready to get these games going in just a few minutes here. For those of you who are just joining in, we do have Hardcore Campers versus White Wolf Gaming as our first game. Everyone is getting really excited to go, so I will indicate that we are ready to go because they won't calm down about it. Real quick, going to pull up the standings. This is the last week before we move into our playoffs, so you can see by the standings right here that everyone except Brew City Brawlers does have a shot to get in. That is very exciting, and we can talk more about that after the champ select. Team's really excited to get into it, obviously, here, Sig. How are you feeling about these last set of games?
These players have worked hard all throughout this inaugural split of the GMA LCUS, and their hard work's paying off. There are some strong contenders in it, and man, this first game's just going to be wonderful.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk all about the stakes and things of that nature once we end up having a little bit of downtime after the pick and ban phase. So we will have to see. White Wolf, I believe, is missing out because they are messing out their bans because they did have a last-minute substitution.
They did. Goonstomp was able to step into the roster, so still strong player.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, as we've discussed in previous LCUS games, this all comes down to who has the advantage as we move forward in terms of picks, bans, idea of who they're targeting, things of that nature.
Most definitely. And it looks like they're focusing a lot on that bot lane with the Ezreal and the Sona ban.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but it's just two really consistent high-power characters that we've seen focused in the LCUS in the past. Sona in particular probably has one of the higher pick ban rates so far in this tournament.
And it looks like it's going to continue on through the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll have to see. Pantheon is a ban. That's certainly interesting. We'll have to see how that works out. So in the 20 seconds that we have here, I'm going to pull up the standings really quick. So as you can see, we got White Wolf Gaming versus Hardcore Campers, both a little bit more at the bottom of the pack. But there are 2 points up for grabs here, so either of them could jump into second place if they manage to win both of the games against each other today, or, you know, at least maybe secure a playoff spot with 5 points, depending how it gets mixed up. So a lot on the line for both teams.
Oh yeah, major contention trying to move into that Covenant second place spot because Northern Storm has just barreled their way into first place.
And so we have a Urgot as a first pickup here. What do you think about that? Interesting early grab.
Uh, he's a big lane bully. He's I don't know if it's a what kind of pick it's going to be playing into, but he's a super lane bully. And it's difficult to manage mid game.
And a Karma, of course, obviously a very powerful pick as well. Good flexibility, could be mid lane, could be bot lane. And we're seeing the new Varus splash art, which I know has had some positive and negative reactions from the community.
I could take it or leave it. Nothing was wrong. He was one of the few champions that had an okay splash art already. Nivea being picked up.
Yeah, that now we're seeing, you know, some of the power behind not having a first round ban phase right there, because now with Anivia getting through, who obviously is a very powerful contender, could cause a lot of headaches for White Wolf.
Most definitely, and though it stinks to go without those initial bans, it does provide you a competitive edge in terms of not being able to easily scout out what's gonna be picked, because bans can tell a whole lot about what's being picked in the current one.
Very true. Yeah, I mean, that is something to keep in mind, is that if you have a concern about which champion's going to get countered and which won't be, your bans can sometimes map that out, but no bans means you're not dropping hints about what you're going to be playing.
Maokai and Twitch banned out, as well as Blitz.
Yeah, a lot of strong support characters getting banned out in this one, with Blitz and Sona getting taken off the table.
Yeah, and with the exception of that flex pick Karma, we really don't see anybody going into the support role yet. So I'm glad to see the teams prioritizing.
I won't be denied.
Do I have the overlays reversed? I think that we had the a last minute change on these overlays. I'm too busy looking at the games. I didn't notice that the overlays screwed up. My bad.
It happens to the best of us. Now, Shyvana, big pick right now, huge in the meta. I've read multiple posts and threads about how people are just bullying her straight into diamond.
And also, I think one of her first appearances in the LCUS. That's very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Caitlyn being picked up. Still no support showing. I'm glad they're putting the most important role for last. As a support player, I'm a firm believer.
In your unbiased opinion, you believe that that's a good thing. All right, here we go. So, there we go. Overlay has been fixed. Sorry about that, folks.
Alistair picked as the support, playing into a Malphite. So, very exciting. Looks like Karma was a flex pick into support.
All right, so that'll be a really interesting top lane. Of course, Malphite is a very strong contender, very powerful champion. We've seen his ultimates mess things up time and time again in previous games. A lot of CC coming out of White Wolf compared to Campers for this. I mean, Campers
Oh, yeah.
obviously has some CC as well with the Ari and Varus's ult and things like that, but just a lot more, I think, readily available CC.
CC that doesn't cost as much. Karma, she does have the slow. She does have a stun. Ari's E, but again, these things cost a lot with high cooldowns. You're not going to see that in White Wolf. They're going to be able to lock down the other team readily at will.
This is weird. Here we go. All right, so in the spectator delay that we have here, what are your thoughts about the overall lineups of these teams?
If you made me put money on it, I really love the White Wolf comp right now. A whole lot of ability to team fight very well. I think that Urgot is going to be able to split push while the other four are able to maintain a solid pressure in the mid lane. I'm expecting a 1-4-0 in terms of positioning.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that is definitely something to keep in mind is just how strong White Wolf's lineup is. I mean, they have a lot of potential combos. They have a lot of just potential plays in general coming out of them with their various knockups, stuns, slows. Always exciting to see what Urgot can do with his pushing potential with his AoE passive as well. Um, I think that we'll definitely need to keep an eye out on that bot lane. Karma is such a strong character, and Varus's ult can help lock down an entire team depending on how screwed up a bot lane fight can be.
Well, if White Wolf don't keep a few pixels apart, a Malphite ult into a Varus ultimate, you're not going anywhere for quite some time.
Right, especially if you're in a situation, because Shyvana, of course, one of the big weaknesses of her, any power level aside, is that she doesn't have much in the way of CC. Um, so you want to rely on the slows and charms and stuff from the rest of your team to help out with that.
Oh yeah, and they do have that.
Right. Yeah, no question. I mean, each lane has something that can help that Shyvana out with the ganks. Especially, I think that the Shyvana's positioning will be really interesting to see if Cheney is able to get in a spot where she can take advantage of the Ari's dive in, or he can take advantage of the Ari's ability to not only dive in but charm. That can be for some really hideous ganking potential.
Oh yeah, the campers definitely got a comp that would give them the ability to dunk right in. Shyvana jumping in dragon form, Ari landing that right E, making sure that they're charmed right in. There's major dunk potential here. So we'll have to see how they manage that, but it's all going to be dependent on spacing. This is a lot of skill shot oriented abilities that we're seeing for the campers right now.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how the coordination coming out of both teams works. Because I mean, like you said, there's a lot of skill shot based thing, but also on both teams there's a lot of positioning based things. Alistar could make a big mess, and Nivea as well. So we'll just have to see how it goes as we move into our first game of the night. I think I got the overlay fixed in time. We'll have to see. Apologies for anyone if there's a misplaced screen going on right now. It says that we did have to update some of the overlays on the fly due to the teams being in different positions. Looking at the skins, I guess we got to give it to White Wolf, just because they do have more skins. 5 versus 1, I believe.
Blight Crystal Varus is he can carry a lot of weight. I didn't realize I muted myself. Can carry a lot of weight in terms of attractiveness, but just the sheer volume.
That being said, though, I'm not a huge fan of Bird of Prey Anivia.
Anivia doesn't have a good skin. It's a bird. There are 100 different potentials that they could go through with a phoenix, with a chicken suit. And what do we get? Team Spirit Anivia, Bird of Prey Anivia. Very uninventive. 0 out of 10 Riot.
Yeah, that's a aggressive scoring right there.
I'm the France of skin scoring. It's either a victory or a loss. There's no in between.
Alright, so fixing the overlay for everyone here. Actually may have picked up the wrong one there, so I will fix it again. Overly predictive. There we go. Alright, now it's correct. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, chat is off and we are on our way. So we have Wolves as the blue team and Campers on the red. Campers very charging out in very positional manner here with Malphite readily going up top.
Oh wow, Ari got real deep in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if they'll be able to capitalize on that because of a lot of missed skill shots. But, ooh, early aggression.
Yeah, like we said, skill shots are going to be a big part of this game. A lot of the characters have them. A lot of overly aggressive pinging to start off with right away.
I hope they're being careful because you're giving away a lot of strategy. They've outlined a few things here. They're going to care about the jungle at some point in the game, and they're hoping to take the Nexus. I really think that their master plan has been put out in the public. We need to be careful.
Well, I think it is definitely something you have to keep in mind that both teams are going for the Nexus. I mean, you don't want to give too much away, but sometimes that does get revealed rather early on.
I'm going to have to see some hard numbers on that, Kenos. I don't think there's near enough gameplay in League of Legends to really explain the ultimate goal of the game.
Well, I've been wrong before. We'll have to see how this one shapes up. Alright, so yeah, some very general stuff. Might be able to hurt this Karma a lot, though. But she's being evasive enough. So we'll have to see how these various lanes shape up, as always. Malphite being aggressive early, as Malphites do seem to like to do. Anivia getting poked a bit. And, of course, with the exchange that we had early, it's worth knowing that a couple of the champions are lower than you would expect them to be in lane, which may impact, those last-minute early fights.
Yeah, most definitely. But the thing to keep in mind that in this bot lane matchup in particular, Alistar's passive heal is just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'd like to apologize to everyone in the chat that I'm not going to be paying that much attention to the top lane, if only because they keep spamming their taunt emotes. And I don't want to hurt all of our precious ears with that, though they seem to have calmed down. Alright, so we do see those heals already in action. Kate and Alistar are both getting topped off relatively effectively.
Very early aggression. Cheney coming into the bot lane. Going to be a 3v2 situation. Low health bar on Karma as she tries to disengage. Kate very low, able to E out of there. Alistair staying around a bit too long. We could see First Blood going right now, folks. And there was a big disengage and nothing happened. But very exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got to see some of that, the CC we were talking about earlier being not only so vital, but also an issue for the Shyvana, who just kind of ran in and wasn't able to actually do enough to secure any kills.
Oh yeah, and look at these health bars. Alistair's already got them back to full. This is going to be a very difficult lane for Goon Stomp and YOLO Swag.
I'm sure someone's complaining about the champions not being lined up, though Prowler did say it was mostly him doing the complaining. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's definitely going to be really difficult to keep up with that sustain. Sustain and CC are two really big things in any sort of MOBA or RTS, and when there isn't too much of it on one side or the other, that really impacts it, especially with Caitlyn having that Relic Shield, though of course Varus does have it as well.
Yeah, and speaking of CC and sustain, I mean, Alistair is the Mr. February of CC and sustain. He's always going to be one of those poster children with his passive, with his knock up, with the knockback, just so much ability.
And Shyvana coming in up here top. Looks as though Prowler may be able to get away. Does have to burn a flash to do it though. Still no First Blood. Anivia getting pushed back a little bit though. First Blood's probably unlikely against the Anivia just because of her egg passive that lets her survive one death.
Yeah, under tower, you'd really have to commit to get that, and it would be at a charge. At a cost. At a charge. Lord have mercy, English.
Yeah, a lot of nice poke coming out of the Caitlyn as well. Really taking advantage of the slight range joy. And now we have Alistar's cowbell. So we'll go somewhere else. Shyvana doing pretty well. Let's check out some of the gold that we got here. Very equivalent so far for our mid lane. Our mid lane is actually up by 200 for the Anivia. Bot lane is pretty much even. Top's doing pretty well as well, with both having gone back once to buy. So we'll see how that shapes up for him.
Oh yeah, big creep advantage in the mid lane, but that's to be expected. Anivia's a farming machine.
A lot of good poke coming out of the Ahri though, especially because.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Ahri has that sustain from her passive that really helps.
Sustain, and she's much better poke. Much better poke.
And we haven't seen that much out of the Evelynn yet. Mostly just content to be creeping up, waiting to ramp up a little bit, maybe start engaging a little bit more at 6.
We do see an engage in the bot lane as Shyvana roams bot, but we do have Evelynn coming in. This is a 3v3 right now. Caitlyn very low, but it looks like they're still pushing forward, trying to capitalize on this team fight right now.
Yeah, Cheney is willing to wait, maybe hoping that the Caitlyn will accidentally go a little far forward. Her ward does get spotted out though, so they do know that she's there, and eventually she backs off. Still very gentlemanly between the two tanks up in the top. After some initial squabbling, they seem to have figured each other out a little bit. Shyvana's still doing a lot of good work, though. Even though she and Evelynn are still pretty much even. Though Evelynn did manage to hit 6 first. Shyvana should probably hit 6, still in a couple more minions, so a little advantage on Evelynn right now. A lot of big damage coming out against that Karma also. Karma's still sticking around, both her and Cait. Kind of makes me wonder what Caitlyn's waiting for.
It's worth investing in that Karma if you can get the kill, considering especially that she's so she's not going to do much in a team fight. I think it was a smart play to stay, but I don't know if it'll pay off right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Caitlyn's gonna hit 6 in a moment or two, and then we'll see if she's able to maybe get a lucky snipe off, but Karma's managed to heal up well beyond snipe range now. Ooh. Big engage between our two mid laners, but Anivia manages to get away.
It was a good wall. I think if Nivea would have landed that initial Q stun, we might have seen some more damage come across and maybe first blood, but didn't work out that way.
Alright, so Caitlyn finally goes back, gets to cash in all of the gold she had, which was a very significant amount. So we'll see what the other items she picks up are. Going with a BF sword, Brawler's gloves, and a couple of wards and potions. So all very general. Anivia in a lot of trouble though. Getting that ignite on. And now we see the power of the egg. Will they be able to take her out through this? It looks like they will. Huge damage coming out thanks to Shyvana. And first blood going to that mid lane.
Oh, into a dragon. This could be the beginning of a steamroll to victory for the hardcore game.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Evelyn is right there, but not really in a position to try to steal it. So first Drake, Cloud Drake. So first blood and Drake going to campers. Good job setting up that early position. Also in the top though, it looks as though Malphite's going to be able to... Oh, maybe not! Oh!
Wow, Prowler wasn't having any of that. You best check your engage before you jump in on Prowler. That Urgot ultimate, just beautifully done.
Yeah, excellently timed. That, once again, you know, knowing your champion. I always, when I play Urgot, end up using that ultimate a little too early. Karma probably going to survive the snipe even if she was hit by it, but Varus very kindly takes the hit anyway.
He had the health, he could pay for it.
Certainly. But yeah, I mean, that just goes... That's part of the reason why champions, going up against champions like Urgot and even Darius are very dangerous, because they can get their executions primed for huge swings at the end of a fight. And Urgot managed to make that one work.
Well, there is some pretty consistent pick potential with the White Wolf Gaming composition that they have right now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm waiting to see if this Shyvana is going to choose to go in or not. It looks more like she was waiting for the timing on the Scuttle Crab. But they were backed up against that turret. She might have been able to dragon them into the tower, though.
She still might be doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there is some good ward placement, though, so that'll be easily spied out by them.
Oh,
Good ult.
on the Caitlyn. Dive in.
Good flash, though.
Heal burned.
Oh, Shyvana wants it. No knock up there from the Alistar, unfortunately.
Still on cooldown from when he was trying to disengage Doomstone.
Nivea in a lot of trouble. Good stun, lot of burst, flash out of the Ahri, and Ahri definitely showing her assassin potential in these last couple of fights on the Nivea. All right, so campers have definitely taken the lead here, even with their the loss of their ADC and having to get the fill-in replacement. Goon's doing a very good job so far, I would say.
Oh, most definitely. He's always a very capable substitute whenever he's called.
And we have Evelyn was trying to sneak up on the Ahri, but Ahri manages to get her to back off. So Urgot's managed to claim a rather notable lead up in the top lane, about 600 gold. Nivea's still... Well, actually, Nivea's probably down now with... Yep, down 400 because of the 2 deaths, even though she's got a 14 minion advantage. And, yeah, all the numbers are more or less up there for her campers right now. I'll have to see how Wolf can turn it around. Obviously, no towers have been taken just yet. And not too much of a gold lead either.
No, both teams are doing a good job staying flush. I think we're going to see the first real break in the top lane. It's so difficult for a Malphite to farm into any kind of range, and Urgot provides that solid bullying. So he's just going to be able to keep pushing, keep providing that threat. It's going to be difficult to manage.
Really interesting teleport out of the Urgot there. Maybe a miscommunication about how far pushed up the Ahri was. Or just, you know, good reaction by the Ahri.
Yeah, and then that TP would have been caught out by the vision that's available in the bush right there.
So that'll be definitely something to keep in mind. Nice rotation coming up here on the Malphite. I think he sees it now. We'll see if he's able to get it out. Nice attempt. Blows his ult just to try to get out of there. Big stun, and that's going to be the end of that Malphite. So quick 2 kills on that Urgot. Here's hoping that they'll be able to make something happen with that as the game goes on. Definitely interesting to see Shyvana's strategy of just hiding in these bushes. Good ultimate there from the Varus.
Looks like it will pay off.
There's that Shyvana damage we've heard so much about. Absolutely melting the Caitlyn.
Yeah, and there wasn't much Alistair could do about it. They were able to get Cheney rather low, but just too much ability for Karma to take care of low damage like that.
Looks like Evelyn's going to want to try to do something here. Is spotted out. Good knock up there by the Alistair. Going for the Karma first. I'm not sure I agree with that choice. Shyvana gets out with about 30 hit points.
Oh, both of them super low, but they were able to manage.
Oh, Evelyn's hungry. Oh, burns the flash but doesn't get it.
Oh.
That's painful to see. Alistar still trying.
Does get the CC chain going, and it looks like they will get Goon Stomp with Varus going down.
Alright, that's gotta feel good if you're the Evelyn. Because, you know, you came down there, you go after the Karma, she gets away. You burn Flash, Shyvana gets away. But you do manage to pick up the Varus, and, you know, especially considering that that's their ADC and now you're taking away his farming time, that's always a good feeling.
Oh yeah, and Caitlyn's able to come back with a strong push too, so it was a very long-term 1-for-1.
Nivea's pretty low. Her egg is up again though, so she might feel like she's able to take a few more risks.
Glad to see that we're going to see some dragon action right now. It is contested. Oh, Ari not in a good place.
Ooh, Ari gets pulled back. She's about to get stunned.
Oh, Goon Stomp going in with the ultimate. Was able to get the egg out of Anivia. They're poking down at Evelyn right now. Knock up. It looks like... Nope. Wow. Incredible engage there. Anivia still able to maintain a strong contender. Going through egg form. Looks like she... Oh, and with Wall was able to stay up.
Urgot's running though. He's going to get caught out by this Malphite. So really, really disastrous team fight there for White Wolf. Going 0 for 3 and probably first tower as well.
A very good chance of it. Oh, looks like they're investing. Oh, knock up from Malphite, trying to get in some damage, make it for something, but doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Wow, delayed ace and first tower, and possibly this Earth Drake as well. Really good execution, good job getting in and getting out by the campers there.
Looks like they will walk away with this Drake. Not much Caitlyn can do about it. Malphite is looking to aggravate, push away.
Yeah, really good play there by the Malphite, trying to bounce over with the fruit on the Caitlyn's head. Good job by the Evelyn. We did miss it, focusing a little bit on the Kate there.
Looks like they are trying to... Ooh.
Nope, does manage to get out.
Landed the AoE slow and nothing from it. Didn't invest any more.
Alright, Urgot gets the counter turret. So that's good, keeping his team within about a 2k, 2.5 gold deficit. Nivea pushing pretty well as well, though won't be dealing enough damage to kill this turret before Ari gets back to defend it.
Yeah, it's all about attrition in the mid lane, and despite being behind, the Nivea is keeping that pressure up.
Yeah, it's really good that she is, too. I mean, she hasn't been having the best game so far, so the fact that she's trying to make up for her losses wherever she can shows really good determination.
Yeah, and freshly completed Rada Ages, pretty deep into the tier, over halfway done. This Anivia is nowhere near out of the game.
Yeah, and really good rotation there by Prowler on that Urgot, able to come down and clean up that turret, prevent Anivia from trying to you know, trying to do it all herself and maybe get picked off by the Ahri and the Shyvana who was nearby.
Prowler is rotating bot lane. Looks like they are going to continue this push sweep that they have going on right now. Ahri caught out.
Shyvana trying to get the Rift Herald in the minute and a half they have before Baron shows up. Ooh, we got a Urgot and Evelynn teaming up on the Malphite here. Malphite doesn't see this. Gets the charm. Oh, this is really bad for the Malphite. He does burn the flash. Might be able to get away. Good job with that ultimate. And Shyvana is here to help. Alright, so Malphite's been using his ult mostly for escapes, or at least attempted escapes in the last couple of fights here, but it's really, at least, you know, somewhat worked out for him, at least giving him some of that space that he so desperately hopes for.
Oh yeah, he's landed one very good team fight ultimate, but outside of that, he's used it incredibly well to maintain his distance and escape.
Good job kind of baiting there by the Malphite as well. Anivia seemed like she was trying to rotate over to try to help take him out, and then managed to get picked off by Shyvana and Ahri. Caitlyn and Alistar got to try to get away here. Big dragon move there. Good job with the knock up. Oh, and the knock back by the Alistar. Still holding back. Cow, you know, putting that wall up, though it looks as though he's going to go down instead. Caitlyn had better get out of there.
Yeah, she's nowhere near safe.
And mid-turret does end up going down. Popping the Rift Herald. Good positioning there. Caitlyn still feels like she needs to stay behind. I think she's really just playing with fire here.
Yeah, if her plan was to try and pull some aggro away from the turret, the campers saw a route to do that.
Does manage to pick off the Herald before it does any damage to their final bot lane turret, though, so that's good. So a lot of quick turret plays in the last couple of minutes here. Hardcore Campers getting a little bit worse off on the side of it there, but still now the gold lead is up to 5k thanks to all of the kills they've picked up. So they're very slowly and surely pulling ahead.
Oh yeah, if there was one key phrase to define the campers right now, it would be rotation. They've got this rotation down right now where they've been able to masterfully keep the towers pushing in all directions. Just very well done.
Yeah, it looks like Malphite's going to be able to get that top turret as well. We'll see. Anivia is making good time. She's able to get up there, get a stun off. Varus is coming to help, though. As you said, rotation, rotation, rotation. We'll see how that works out. Definitely a good stun, good slows. A lot of that burst. Anivia doesn't quite have all of the dangerous burst yet, but is enough to make the Malphite respect it. Evelynn misses another one of those skill shots, and Malphite once again ults to get out of there.
Man, safety first. He's got his hard hat on. Oh, wow. Great wall from Anivia. Going in, trying to burst down that Varus. Goon Stomp trying to poke down, trying to get out. Looks like it will not happen.
Hoping that...
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully that Anivia manages to survive. It'd be really rough if they did all that work and it was a 2-for-1. But good job getting 2 kills clean there. And hopefully now they can get back to defend their mid lane. Yeah, Alistar taking a lot of damage there, holding the line, but does manage to survive. Looks like they'll be able to keep this back. Alistar may be pushing a little far forward, but Evelynn and Kate are up there, so he kind of has to just to keep up the pressure. Good charm by the Evelynn, a lot of burst. Snipe might be able to get some work done. Oh, amazing!
Whoa!
Amazing block by the Shyvana. Great timing there by Cheney.
Man, that would put that in the highlight reel, folks. Come on.
Yeah, that was really well done, really well executed. Both by the Ahri to realize the play was possible and the Shyvana by actually pulling it off.
That's just next level map awareness. Something to be applauded in any player. Truly amazing skill. Doesn't do much for Toxic Cupcakes right now, though, as she does go down from this incredible push mid lane, and Urgot eats another prey. Karma going.
Yeah, we're seeing in this last couple of minutes, or even like the last 30 seconds, we've seen a lot of the burst potential that White Wolf Gaming has with this lineup, and they've just been winning the last couple of fights because of it. Anivia and Evelynn can both half health most of the characters on Hardcore Campers.
I don't agree with that knockback just happened, but we did see Malphite engage with Team Knockup. Varus trying to get down the damage, but it does look like Malphite will go down.
Yeah, this is a really amazing tonal shift in the last 2 minutes or so. White Wolf has just been able to grab the momentum and run with it, thanks in part to a lot of the great pickoffs they've had. We'll see if Ari can do a lot with it, though. Does manage to pick off the Urgot, getting the Alistair, too. And they're going to get the egg again. Poor Anivia.
Egg doesn't do you much good in a lost team fight.
Very true. And so, you know, once again, we have this really interesting back and forth kind of exchange.
Oh!
Did not see
Evelyn
that.
takes back around to take out the Karma while she's recalling. Very sneaky, very sneaky. Clever girl.
I was expecting. I was too busy following hardcore campers. We'll see if Evelyn can actually get the R, and she does. Almost gets out too. Good positioning by and awareness by Varus and Shyvana there.
If we count that as a separate engagement, that's a 2-for-1, and it's probably going to pay off in making sure that they don't get any more objectives right now. They being the campers.
Yeah, and even so, even if we don't count it as a separate engagement, it's still them being able to recover a couple of kills on a very disastrous retreat after they did so good on their push. So either way you slice it, that was really good for the Wolves. And now they've managed to shrink the gold deficit to just 2k. We'll see if Shyvana will be able to get this dragon. It doesn't look like she is.
Smartly backing off, let her get some help. You don't want to leash that dragon for the other team.
Alistar's going to try, though. Ooh, misses his knockup. Probably too tanky to get picked off here, but we'll have to see. Looks like he's trying to bait. Hopefully they won't fall for this. It's very, very, very obvious. Oh, they turn the other way and get the Anivia again. Really rough game for this Anivia.
Rotation, man.
Yeah, so I mean, right now the big heroes on White Wolf are the Urgot and the Evelyn. Everyone else is just living in deaths and assists land, though of course the Anivia does have 2 kills. And the Shyvana, like you said, Shyvana is really putting in a lot of work with this team. 7 kills on her. Very impressive.
She's so difficult to manage, as she can reach right into the back line and just annihilate any of your squishies. Very difficult to manage.
Urgot's trying to decide what he wants to do in this particular situation. It looked like he was thinking about grabbing the inhibitor. Saw that wasn't a great idea, looking to grab this turret. Does have teleport up, so if the Baron starts, he can jump in on it relatively easily. And he is.
That is much better positioning on his part. It's better to be with your team in this scenario, so good TP.
Alright, so Campers does bail out rather than risking the fight, though it looks like Urgot manages to push it anyway. Deleting the Ahri in seconds. Shyvana running for her life, does manage to get out of there thanks to her huge speed boost. Varus turning it around, Urgot gets picked off. Alistar really wants this though, good wall.
Oh, Evelyn sneaking right up and not letting that Shyvana get away.
Good flash. Varus is going to get picked off here, I think. This Evelyn has showed a
Oh,
lot.
and he emoted! Oh!
I think he knew he was dead and just wanted to acknowledge it. There's once again an escape ult from the Malphite, who does manage to get away.
A penguin.
He's a penguin. Alright, so now it looks like Wolf is going to try to continue this momentum swing they've got going on by trying to grab the Baron themselves. Varus down for another 20 seconds. Shyvana might be able to get something going though, considering just how fast her movement speed is.
They are starting this Baron. I don't know if I agree with the call. They better burst it down quick, because they are getting breathed down upon as we speak.
Yeah, Alistar is really, really low. We're going to have to see. Oh, managed to grab it. Really close. Good attempt there by hardcore campers.
Yeah, very well, very good smite work.
No ult from the Malphite is echoing a little bit off you, Sig, just FYI. Really good effort by the campers to try to get over there. Unfortunate the Malphite had to blow his ult to try to escape.
If he's able to escape.
Yeah, well he's not able to escape here. Yeah, this Malphite's been really getting picked on. And now we're seeing, you know, the rotations working out for White Wolf. They've gotten a couple of really good pickoffs and been then able to take that to their advantage in the turrets. The entire mid lane was won because was really gained down on just because of those really good ganks by Anivia and Evelyn up in the top lane.
They applied heavy pressure and it paid off map-wise.
Might see if Caitlyn and Urgot will get in some trouble here. Missed skill shot there by the Ari. Probably doesn't want to go in on this, but she does anyway. Yeah, looks like this fight's not going to go great for them. I mean, despite Shyvana's power, she just can't manage to focus on the correct targets. Urgot was just blocking for the Caitlyn, who did all the damage.
Yeah, his rotation is just so strong when he's trying, when he's rotating for that passive ability. Oh, whiff on the ultimate from Goon Stomp as he tries to push them out. They are able to take down Arcane Soda. Prowler is able to try and take that down.
Yeah, they do get the Urgot too, so if Varus just manages to stay out of Alistar's way, they should be able to pick him off too. Ooh, really close there.
No cigar.
Yeah, good job there by the campers, keeping that concentration, knowing what they can do, and managing to execute with it. Alright, so now White Wolf has managed to swing the gold lead to their side. 3k gold lead for White Wolf. Campers definitely on the back foot. That Baron definitely helped move White Wolf ahead. But, you know, definitely can't count the campers out just yet.
Most definitely. And where we've got a few items under everyone's belt at this point, it's just difficult to really call a gold advantage when it's important. Because the White Wolf just turned it on like a light switch as soon as it just hit that mid gate.
Yeah, so I think what we're definitely going to see is we're going to see hardcore campers kind of hold back. Dragon's up in about a minute. That'll probably be the next big point of contention. It is an Ocean Drake, which is always helpful. It is worth noting that Hardcore Campers does have all the dragons so far at this point. So they're going to have a big power swing once the Elder Drake starts coming up after this Ocean Drake. And we'll see if that helps them turn the tides, especially if they get this Ocean Drake too.
They'll be not impossible to manage in terms of pick potential. If they decide to split, it's going to be difficult to manage.
Yeah, speaking of splitting, we haven't seen too much of the split pushing that has been so dominating the last 2 weeks here at the LCUS from this game, which I'm sure some of the players appreciate. Not everyone's the biggest fan of split pushing. Though it looks like we're having an objective battle here. While campers are going for the dragon, Wolf's like, well, that's okay, we'll just, you know, win the game.
Yeah, it's a solid call. Keeps things moving.
Alright,
so...
Yeah, so campers do have all of the dragons now, but they're going to be 2 inhibitors down by the time they get back home. Possibly a turret as well. Here we go. Big knockup on the Malphite. Malphite's probably going to go down. Nope, does manage to get away.
Able to walk out of it.
Yeah, good offensive arrival there by the campers, but not only that, good control of their abilities as well. You don't see Shyvana blowing her dragon ultimate just yet. Was confident enough in the fact they could just push that out that she didn't need to waste it. So if there is any sort of extra aggression coming out, she'll be able to use it then. Big hits on the Anivia too. Alright.
A lot of that coming from that karma, just showing you don't hesitate to target a support.
Yeah, a lot of ults coming out. Kate's in a lot of trouble. Malphite takes her out. Shyvana's trying to get out, and they are chasing her. Anivia is incredibly weak. Big fight here. Urgot's probably going to go down. Shyvana's still alive. Icebird resurrecting. It doesn't look like anyone's focusing on her. Evelyn is just creaming any of the survivors. Looks like how incredibly fed Evelyn is going to pay off. And of course the amazing CC from Alistar does as well.
Yeah, that was a 4 for 2. Looks like it's going to be able to push in. This could be game.
Yeah, we'll see. Shyvana does get knocked up. All that burst, though. 2 burst characters on 1 champion does not last for very long. Good job tanking by the Alistar as well to protect his teammates.
7 seconds up for the till Ari comes up. They are pushing down the Nexus now. I think this could be game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is something the Ari will be able to hold off, though they aren't focusing the next. Nope, there it goes. All right, GG. First game goes to White Wolf after a very impressive come from behind in the mid game. All right. Yeah, excellent job by both teams there. It was really a back and forth for quite some time. Just managed to finally lock it out there and managed to get that going. So with that, we're just going to do a really quick break to break up these games, and then we'll go into game number 2. Be back in about 5 seconds.